Well, it was a huge occasion for the VFL in round 4 of the competition in season 2014 because Essendon and Collingwood did something they hadn't done before in this particular competition. They clashed in the Anzac round. Just 24 hours after the massive battle at the MCG, the two great clubs were up against it again. And it was my absolute pleasure to be in commentary alongside Brent Stanton from the Essendon Football Club. Brent, you came here, you were hoping for a little bit better result than what you had in the major clash of the AFL combatants, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. Essendon were slightly overrun by Collingwood in the end, but it was a really fierce contest.
Yeah, it was. Collingwood jumped out to a very strong start and Essendon just couldn't peg them back. It was the opposite to yesterday, really, where we jumped out and then they pegged us back. So, no, but Collingwood certainly played some fantastic footy, and as I've said for most of the day, that they were just so much more composed with the football going forward, and I think that was the end result.
It was 5-1 in the opening quarter, and Collingwood were able to score goals from all sorts of different positions. We saw Corey Galt a moment ago. Here's Ben Maloney with a snap around the body. Carnesis and Kyle Martin also got involved. But they were also aided by a huge breeze. It was about a 4-goal breeze, we thought. And so when Essendon snagged this one through Josh Mellington, we thought, well, that's a good result for the Bombers. It's about par at quarter time. But unfortunately, your side weren't able to use the ball as effectively going forward in the second quarter as what the Magpies did.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The Magpies actually used their numbers going forward into the breeze, and it scored, I think it was 4 goals in that second quarter, whereas Essendon only kicked 1 goal in with the breeze. So it was a bit of a catch-22 today where Essendon just couldn't really get their momentum going forward in that first half and probably lost the contested footy as well.
And a bit like they did at AFL level, Collingwood were able to score goals in a hurry as well. Essendon, it took time to build up and you had to put immense pressure on before the damn well finally burst, as it did a few times in the third quarter. Here's a goal for the Bombers with Aylett setting up Kefford for his second, and Essendon started to press. You cut the margin from 36 back to 27 at the last change. Kicked 5 goals in that third quarter, but unfortunately there was a 3-minute burst that Collingwood were able to right the ship. But Essendon weren't without a chance in that last term.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Whatever Essendon threw at them, Collingwood had an answer for, and I think that was the key message out of today as well, that Essendon really tried to open the floodgates and use their run and use the ball to the open side, which it worked at some stages and it probably hindered them in the other stages.
That goal from Kyle Martin at the 24-minute mark of the last quarter was the sealer effectively. It was his 6th for the day, and despite Johnny Rayner kicking this one at the 29-minute mark, the Magpies had done enough, and Martin in particular was a real standout.
Yeah, he was. He was fantastic. He's had 27 possessions and kicked 6 goals. That's an outstanding game from him, and these sort of players just find the ball and know where the goals are, and that's what it felt like today.
So the Magpies, in the end, recorded their 3rd victory for the season. They advanced to 3-1, and they'll be knocking on the door of the top 4 at the end of the week. Essendon are 2-2 after trailing at every change and ultimately losing this match by 25 points. In the end, it was Essendon 13-9, 87 to Collingwood 17-10, 112 in round 4 of the VFL on the Anzac round weekend.